corner, wearing white trunks with gold trim. His official weight 126 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina roja, vistiendo pantaloncillo blanco con oro, con un peso idéntico de 126 libras. As a professional, he stands with a record of 7 wins, no losses, 1 draw, and 5 of those wins coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta un récord de 7 victorias, 0 derrotas, 1 empate y 5 de esas victorias por la vía del knockout. Hailing out of El Centro, California, USA, Jorge, the Kid Bash, Munoz Jr. And here is with the final instructions, con las indicaciones finales, Alberto Ramos.
Quiero una pelea limpia. I want a clean fight. Tu integridad es lo más importante. Tu integridad es lo importante para mí. ¿Ok? Choquen guantes, que Dios los bendiga y que ganen mejor.
Here we go, fight fans. 4 rounds in the featherweight division, 126 pounds. As we see the 2 fighters here in the middle of the ring. Jorge Munoz Jr. in the white trunks with gold trim. Coincidentally, fighting Gabriel Villar, who is in the white shorts with gold stripes on the side, but white trim, El Zurdo, Baja California. Jorge Munoz sporting a record of 7-0-1. The 21-year-old, very young fighter though. He's been fighting for a good amount of time. Fighting out of the Jab Boxing Club in East Lake, Chula Vista, California. Certainly a fighter, Kevin, that you're familiar with.
You know, Jim. I know Simon Torres, who also has a fight tonight, but this kid, I'm interested to see what he brings to the table.
First thing that comes to mind, though, is how tall Jorge is.
Absolutely.
Compared to the southpaw, Gabriel Villar.
Yeah, he's a big featherweight for sure.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a featherweight that big, to be honest.
Celestino Caballero?
Yeah, maybe. That's a long time. It's
been a while. It's been a while.
That's tremendous size for a featherweight.
Good amount of reach. Popping that jab, trying to land it straight to the body, is Munoz Jr.
And right away, Marcos, as a professional boxer myself and Kevin, when I see somebody wear winning gloves in a professional prize fight outside of Japan, I kind of question, like, did they hurt their hands in training? Because the winning is known for their padding, their cushion. You know, not necessarily a puncher's glove, say like Reyes or Everlast MX. So, see how this develops for Jorge Munoz Jr.
Or maybe he just knows Kazamichi. He's homies with him.
There you go.
And he gave him the gloves.
There you go.
There's been some fighters over the course of fights in the past that have worn winnings. Eric Morales wore winnings for a while. Carlos Bardera is a pro, wears winning as well. Canelo in his fight with Golovkin wore winnings as well.
That's one that I was going to touch on, that, you know, maybe there was a hand injury prior to the fight, because he always uses the Everlast MX, the ones that he knocked out Amir Khan with. He knocked out James Kirkland with. So coming into the Golovkin fight, that was my only concern before the bell rang. The fact that he was wearing those winning gloves, and those punches that he landed maybe would have hurt more with the puncher's glove.
Well, Kid Bash here, trying his best to bash the head of his opponent, Gabriel Villar. Having a good first round, seemingly in control. He switched at one point, though, Kevin. So we begin round number 2 here at the Salon Mezzanine. Jorge Munoz Jr., Kid Bash. See right there, throwing a jab. Going up against the southpaw, Gabriel Villar, Zurdo, on his shorts, which means southpaw in Spanish. As both are in the clinch, eats a hook there.
Munoz Jr., he needs to be a little bit more aggressive this round. I think that he's waiting long, and I want to be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, definitely, Kevin, that would be what you should do against somebody who's not necessarily trying to fight. He's not coming forward. He's simply backing up the whole time. So go ahead and be a little bit more aggressive and push the fight, push the action.
Yeah, right. It's anybody's fight right now. I think it's up for grabs. So you know, Munoz Jr., he needs to be careful because he can lose a fight. You know what I mean? It's not impossible to lose, so he needs to be a little careful right now.
Munoz being a bit methodical in there. Slow so far, not throwing a lot of punches. He's being economical with the shots.
Yeah, and Gabriel Villar is not the most fundamental. Every time he throws, it comes from his hip. He kind of loops the shots a little much. So maybe Jorge Munoz can just kind of find.
He hits a big shot right there.
That's a big right hand.
Has him a bit hurt.
Oh, yeah, he got.
As Munoz Jr. now pressing forward, lands a series of punches there, has Villar in the corner. Villar just eating punches. Hooks.
Oh, man.
And
being
fighting
landed
back
at will.
very wildly.
Munoz waking up the crowd.
Yeah, that was the most action of this fight so far.
Though he laid his foot off the gas pedal, though, he throws a three-punch combination there. Villar still in it.
And you have to be aware of those shots by Villar, just looping and wide. You know, not your typical punches that you see as a professional, and definitely not in the gym as well. You know, those are punches that are corrected by your coaches in the gym. So definitely Munoz has a hard fight ahead of him.
Nice little lateral movement there from Munoz Jr. Popping that jab. His trainer, Dale Sullivan, categorizes him as a boxer puncher. He's showing both skills there. Let's see if the power is able to stop Gabriel Villar. Comes into this fight in his fourth professional fight. So far in this round number 2, I think he has his legs back under him. Survived that initial onslaught of punches from Munoz that got him hurt. And he seems to have gotten his bearings underneath him.
Yeah.
Take a look at a replay here. See that straight hook, straight series of punches there with Villar against the ropes. Villar throwing wildly there, misses, gets put off balance, but he's also eating punches there.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea to fight against the ropes against a guy who's taller and has a longer reach than you. So we begin round number 3. Munoz Jr., 2 rounds up. You assume that at this point it's do or die for Gabriel Villar as a series of good punches being landed there. Both fighters exchanging. Munoz Jr. is teeing off, and that will be a knockdown.
Absolutely, yeah.
Or no. Gloves touch the floor, but the ref rules that a slip.
Yeah, that was a knockdown technically.
Villar. High guard now, wanting to protect themselves from the punches of Munoz. Munoz just waiting for his opportunity to land that one punch.
Hey, but you know what? Villar keeps.
Big hook there by Munoz Jr. Has Villar hurt?
And that's why he's in trouble.
He's
he
hurt.
throws those wild.
He's hurt. He's
punches.
protecting that jaw now, that left jaw. That right
Villar,
jaw,
let's see if he can survive this. Munoz Jr. bringing on the pain.
Yeah, he needs to bring it. He needs to bring it.
Villar with his eyes wide open. Needs to be careful here not to get caught with the big punch. Munoz letting his foot off the gas pedal, though, once again.
I think it has to do a lot to do with the awkwardness of Villar. He just throws those crazy punches, and there you go. Look, throws himself out of the ring.
Villar.
Munoz digging to the body there. Follows it up with 3 punches there.
You know, Villar, his issue when he gets along the ropes is he just tries to automatically fight back right there. Sometimes it's not the wisest thing to fight back on the ropes.
You're
Munoz
Kevin,
Jr.
but I think that's just the style of Villar. You know, he's more of a brawler than a pure boxer. So
These are some hellacious hooks to the body that Munoz Jr. is throwing to Villar. And you could see Villar wince in pain every time Munoz Jr. lands to the body.
Yeah, Marcos, because Munoz has those fundamentals that Villar doesn't. You know, he just, let's just say he's more of a street fighter, Villar is, than an actual boxer. And Munoz is just taking his time, picking his shots, and definitely on pace to maybe even stopping him if he lands a good body shot.
That was a big haymaker there by VR. Munoz continuing to do work. Moving forward with that jab.
And
Having to break down
more
VR.
comfortable as well.
Yeah, he looks like he's finally got into his rhythm.
Yeah, for sure.
Big shot there by Munoz. As we come to the end of round number 3, Munoz in control.
That was a
3
much better
rounds
round
up.
for Munoz. Much better round.
What I'm thinking is probably the same thing that happened to me early on in my career. I'm not a 4-round fighter. I'm not a 6-round fighter. Let's say 8 to 10 rounds, you know, and that's what he's doing right now. He's picking up the pace, as you guys can see right here on the replay. He's getting his groove. He's bouncing left, right, and he's able to do now what he wants to do. That big right hand down the pipe. I think that has a lot to do with him simply warming up the engine. He's warming up the engine, and he's able to fight a much cleaner fight.
All right, I wonder what this round is going to bring.
Yeah, the final round now commencing. Jorge Munoz Jr. having his way. And at certain points in the last 3 rounds, just teeing off on Gabriel Villar. And let's see if Villar can mount any sort of thing that will gain the respect of Munoz Jr. and have him think twice about the shots that he throws. Nice little slip there by Munoz Jr. Showing a little bit of swag in there, doing the shuffle, having some fun in there now. 1-2, follows it up with the hook, combinations now, and VR is just looking for that Hail Mary punch.
Yeah.
Good
Good
shot to the body.
Yeah, good.
And that's the body shot that he needed in order to stop VR from throwing those crazy punches.
And VR just throwing caution to the wind now.
Teed off on his
Both
face.
fighters exchanging punches. As the crowd now coming up to their feet.
That was a great combination from both fighters.
Definitely a wild exchange in that those last punches thrown, Marcos.
And it's all over. No.
Okay,
Mouthpiece
yeah,
out.
I wouldn't have liked that. I wouldn't have liked that if that was a stoppage just now. I wouldn't have liked
Apologize, folks. It's too quick to jump the gun there. Mouthpiece coming out of Gabriel Villar. Corner will throw some water in it, put it back in there, and the fight will commence.
Munoz looks like a welterweight, man. I'm telling you.
As we begin the action back over here in round number 4, Munoz keeps imposing himself on Villar, cutting off the ring, having Villar fight off the ropes, landing a series of combinations there.
And Villar is game. Marcos, he keeps throwing those haymakers and not taking no for an answer.
Yeah, it's the fight or flight situation right here, and Villar certainly fighting. Doesn't want to get put out. As Munoz is trying. He's trying to take him out.
Like I said in the last round, he's getting his groove, he's landing his punches, but Villar's a tough guy. He's taking those shots.
Villar taking all sorts of punishment from Munoz Jr. here in this round number 4. Munoz having Villar against the ropes, mixing his offense, going to the top, going to the bottom. So we see there, referee taking a very close look now. Let's see if Munoz can put it away. Mouthpiece is out.
Wow.
Referee comes in.
Wow.
Calls time.
Wow.
The fight is not over.
Wow.
Calls time. A Munoz punch launched the mouthpiece of VR outside of the ring. The referee calling time now.
I need to see that in slow
A
motion, man.
fan from ringside actually had the mouthpiece and landed on their table.
Oh my goodness.
She got
How
up
about
and
that?
gave him back the mouthpiece.
How about that?
I'm looking at her right now, and she has a face of just disgust, but what a trooper.
Now that's a first.
Munoz now. Smelling blood. Let's see if we can finish the fight. Short time now in this final round. Both fighters exchanging wild punches as both fighters embrace. VR able to survive those 4 rounds. Munoz Jr. trying to finish his opponent. Just quite can't do it though.
And you say he couldn't finish his opponent, Marcos. I think the fact that he had those gloves on tonight, because he's landed some wicked shots, as we can see right here in the replay, but they might not be doing the damage they could have done with real professional boxing gloves.
It's right there.
Mouthpiece goes flying to the stands.
El Centro, California, USA. Jorge, get back.